Well, hello, I'm Annette from itsadelight.com, and I'm glad you're back with me because today I want to show you how I make easy snowy pine cones. These are just so handy for decorating in lots of ways, and I'll share how I do that as well. But I have some pine cones here, and I just like it when they're snowy tipped. But if I already have some, why buy more when we can just use what we have, right? So first I start out with a piece of parchment paper. I'm going to put it face down so it doesn't keep rolling up on me, okay? And all you really need is some white paint. Give it a good shake. I've been shaking mine for a while. And any kind of little sponge stick. I get these packages of these from the dollar store. So it does take a fair amount of paint, but it really is quite easy and very fun. You simply just take your pine cone, give some dabs, and if you're not careful, you'll get too much on there. I find to hold it this way is better than dabbing in this way because I want it to look like, kind of like I dipped it in it. This is all there is to it. And I actually love to do these. It's such a fun thing to do around the holidays. And you can actually even use these into the winter time, January and February as well, because I really love the snowy look. Maybe your kids have even found some pine cones and could just use those. Just keep dipping and dabbing. Give a little bit on top. Okay, you can decide how much you want, more snow, less snow. It's really all there is to it. You can do small ones. Just quick do this one. Do any size. I've done big ones. Mainly pine cones that were free that my kids just found, and I just like the snow look. Okay, now I'm going to go one step further and I'm going to show you this one here had hardly any snow on it at all. I think it just came from the dollar store, but it's just a perfect green to tuck into something. So I have this one here that I said to myself really needs a little more snow. So I'm going to do the same thing. So frugal. Parchment makes it super easy to clean up, but I could have did it on a paper plate too. And really, I think that's it. I just don't think it wants any more than that. I will let these sit here and dry overnight. It doesn't take more than a few hours, but I'm just going to leave mine, let them dry overnight. And then they're going to be ready to use. These ones are already dried. Now something else that I do is I just take a piece of floral wire. You can, again, just buy it at the craft store. You can get whatever gauge you want. I keep a couple gauges around size-wise, and then just pick a spot towards the bottom. Literally, there's no real rhyme or reason to this. Just like you're going to do a little twisty tie. A few might break off. Don't worry about that. Point it down to the bottom. And now it just gives it a little bit of a stem so I can poke it into arrangements that I'll show you how I do that. And it just helps it to stay in the arrangement. Now you could literally just sit these on your mantle, or you could sit them in some greens along your table. You could even sit these in some buckets like I'm going to show you. But if you have a little wire, it just kind of helps in the bucket to stay in there better. Next, let me take you and show you how I use these around my house. Okay, so here I have a big pine cone. I love this one. It doesn't have a wire or anything, but it just tucks. When I just tuck it into my greens here like this, it stays. But here's the one that we made in the craft room that's got a long stick. I'm gonna poke that one in there, and I actually want it to have just a little bit more, and so I'm just gonna poke this one in there. And there we go. This will save for a different one. But just that simple, and I love the snowy look. So I hope that you will find some fun ways to use snowy pine cones around the house decorating for the holidays, and I'll see you in the next video.